Have you ever found yourself feeling overwhelmed by the amount of things you're supposed to know? In this fast-paced world where knowledge is constantly growing and technology is evolving every day, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. And let's be honest, sometimes it can feel like you need to know everything in order to succeed. But what if I told you that the key to success is not about knowing everything, but knowing when to admit you don't know it all? This might sound a bit counterintuitive, right? I mean, doesn't the world tell us that in order to be successful, we have to have all the answers? We need to be experts in everything we do. But today, we're going to break down an ancient yet incredibly relevant idea from the philosopher Lao Tzu, whose words have inspired millions. The wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What does this have to do with success? Everything. Imagine this for a moment. You're at the peak of your career. You've made a name for yourself in your industry, but deep down, you realize there's always more to learn, always something new coming your way, and you can't possibly know it all. How do you handle that? Do you shy away from the unknown or embrace it? How do you keep growing in a world that's moving faster than ever before? In today's video, we're diving deep into the wisdom of Lao Tzu and exploring how the ability to recognize our own limitations is one of the most important traits you can have. It's not a weakness, it's a superpower. Because when you know what you don't know, you open up a whole new world of possibilities. Whether you're a business owner, a student, a professional, or someone simply looking to improve yourself, understanding the limits of your own knowledge is essential for long-term growth and success. Continuous learning is the bridge that connects where you are now with where you want to be. And when you approach life with humility, recognizing that there's always room for growth, you unlock opportunities that might otherwise pass you by. Now, don't worry. We're not just talking about abstract philosophy here. We're going to explore real-life examples of successful people who embody this mindset, individuals who didn't let their lack of knowledge stop them, but instead, they used it as a driving force to learn, adapt, and thrive. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these are just a few of the giants in business and technology who have embraced humility and continuous learning as central principles to their success. Before we go further, I want to remind you that if you're enjoying this content and finding value in it, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and colleagues. If you're really enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a super thanks to support the channel. It means the world to us and helps us keep creating videos that provide value to you. So, why is it that recognizing our limitations is so important? Why do some of the most successful people in the world continuously admit that they don't know everything? Stick around, because we're about to break it down. Let's dive in. In today's fast-paced world, where the need to know everything seems constant and relentless, many of us feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information available. We constantly strive to be well-informed, to stay ahead of the curve, and to be experts in various aspects of life. But in this pursuit, there often lies a nagging question: is it truly necessary to know everything? Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher and author of the Tao Te Ching, offers an intriguing perspective on this topic. The wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything. This seemingly simple idea holds profound implications for our understanding of wisdom and intelligence in the modern world. But how does this ancient philosophy apply to the challenges we face today? Let's explore why the wisdom of Lao Tzu, despite its age, is more relevant than ever in today's rapidly changing society. Lao Tzu's philosophy, deeply rooted in Taoism, revolves around the concept of the Tao, or the Way, a fundamental force that flows through all life. In his famous text, the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu presents a vision of wisdom that is radically different from the conventional notions of knowledge accumulation. For Lao Tzu, wisdom is not about possessing more information, but about recognizing the limits of what one can know and accepting the inherent uncertainties of life. According to Lao Tzu, true intelligence comes from understanding that we cannot know everything, and that trying to control the uncontrollable leads only to frustration and failure. At the heart of this philosophy is the idea that wisdom is a form of humility. It's not about how much you know, but how well you understand the limits of your own knowledge. In a world where information is constantly evolving, where new discoveries are made every day, and where the future is unpredictable, Lao Tzu's perspective reminds us that acknowledging our ignorance is actually a source of strength. It frees us from the pressure of trying to be all-knowing and allows us to be more adaptable, open-minded, and willing to learn. In a modern world, this philosophy seems almost counterintuitive. We live in an age where information is at our fingertips, where we are constantly encouraged to be experts in everything, and where the pressure to know more is ever present. But this relentless pursuit of knowledge can often lead to anxiety, burnout, and a sense of inadequacy. We are bombarded with information, from social media updates to news stories to academic papers, and the pressure to stay up to date with everything can feel overwhelming. In such an environment, Lao Tzu's reminder that wisdom lies in recognizing what we do not know offers a powerful antidote to the constant information overload. But how do we apply Lao Tzu's ancient wisdom in today's context? How do we become wise in a world where there's so much to know? First, it's important to recognize that knowing you don't know everything isn't about resigning from learning or becoming complacent. On the contrary, it's about freeing yourself from the delusion that you need to know everything. It's about recognizing that it's okay to not have all the answers and that there is value in accepting uncertainty. This mindset opens the door to continuous learning, to embracing new ideas, and to remaining curious, rather than feeling the need to be definitive and absolute in your knowledge. One example that illustrates this is the field of technology. Consider the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, AI. Just a decade ago, the idea of self-driving cars, machine learning, or even smart personal assistants seemed far-fetched. Yet today, these technologies are an integral part of our lives. The pace at which AI is evolving is so fast that even the experts in the field cannot predict the full extent of its impact. For someone who acknowledges that they do not know everything, this rapid change isn't a source of stress, but an opportunity to learn. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the constant developments, they can focus on learning and adapting to the new technologies, knowing that they don't need to understand every detail of how these innovations work. Take Elon Musk, for instance. Musk is widely recognized as one of the most influential figures in modern technology, with companies like Tesla and SpaceX revolutionizing their respective industries. However, Musk has often stated that his success comes not from being an expert in any one field, but from his ability to learn quickly and his willingness to admit when he doesn't know something. When he started Tesla, Musk was not an expert in automotive engineering, but he surrounded himself with people who were, and he relied on his ability to learn and absorb new information quickly. His willingness to admit that he didn't know everything about the car industry, combined with his openness to new ideas, allowed him to build one of the most successful electric car companies in the world. This brings us to the heart of Lao Tzu's philosophy, the recognition of limits and the humility that comes with it. In today's world, we often confuse intelligence with knowing everything about a subject. But true wisdom, as Lao Tzu suggests, lies in the acknowledgement of the unknown and the ability to embrace it. This shift in mindset can alleviate the pressure we place on ourselves to have all the answers and instead encourage a mindset of curiosity and growth. It's about saying, I don't know everything, but I am open to learning. Furthermore, this approach to knowledge encourages collaboration and cooperation. If we believe we have all the answers, we may become less open to working with others or considering alternative viewpoints. However, if we acknowledge that there's always more to learn, we're more likely to engage with others, listen to their perspectives, and work together to find solutions. This is especially important in today's interconnected world, where collaboration across disciplines and cultures is essential for solving the complex problems we face as a society. The modern workplace, for example, is increasingly focused on teamwork, innovation, and adaptability in industries ranging from healthcare to technology to business. Success often hinges on the ability to collaborate and work with others who have different areas of expertise. This requires the humility to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers and that we can learn from others. In this context, Lao Tzu's philosophy is not just about personal wisdom, but about fostering a culture of shared knowledge and mutual respect. Ultimately, the principle that the wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything is not just a statement about humility, it is also a call to action. It encourages us to adopt a mindset of lifelong learning and to embrace uncertainty as a natural part of life. Instead of fearing the unknown, we should approach it with curiosity and openness. Rather than trying to control everything, we should learn to go with the flow, adapt to change, and remain flexible in our thinking. In conclusion, Lao Tzu's timeless wisdom offers a refreshing perspective on the nature of intelligence and success in the modern world. In a society that often emphasizes the need to know everything, his philosophy encourages us to embrace our limitations and to see them as opportunities for growth. By recognizing that we cannot know everything, we open ourselves up to continuous learning, collaboration, and the possibility of becoming wiser, more adaptable, and more resilient in the face of change. In a world that is constantly evolving, this might just be the most intelligent approach we can take. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher and founding figure of Taoism, offers a profound reflection on wisdom that is both timeless and deeply relevant to the challenges of today's world. His statement, "The wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything," encapsulates a central aspect of Taoist philosophy that places emphasis on the limitations of human knowledge and the importance of humility in the quest for wisdom. In a society obsessed with information, success, and certainty, Lao Tzu's philosophy offers a refreshing perspective that encourages an open mind, continuous learning, and the recognition that knowledge is not something to be conquered, but something to be continually explored. Lao Tzu's famous work, the Tao Te Ching, lays out these ideas in poetic and often paradoxical language. The statement, "The wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything," is not merely an admission of ignorance, but rather a profound insight into the nature of wisdom itself. According to Lao Tzu, wisdom does not lie in accumulating as much knowledge as possible, but in recognizing the vastness of what we do not know. This awareness of our own limitations is essential to true wisdom because it keeps us humble, open to new ideas, and constantly seeking to learn and grow. The concept of Wu Wei is central to understanding Lao Tzu's philosophy, often translated as non-action or effortless action. Wu Wei does not imply doing nothing, but rather implies the wisdom of knowing when to act and when to refrain from action. It is about aligning oneself with the natural flow of life, recognizing the limitations of one's control over the world, and making decisions that are harmonious with the broader forces at work in the universe. In the context of Lao Tzu's quote, Wu Wei can be understood as the realization that our limited knowledge makes us dependent on the wisdom of the natural world and others. Rather than forcefully trying to shape the world according to our desires, we must learn to flow with it, accepting that there is much we do not know and cannot control. In essence, Lao Tzu's philosophy encourages us to approach life with humility, acknowledging that the universe is vast and our understanding is just a small part of it. This humility allows us to embrace the uncertainty and mystery of life, which in turn fosters a mindset of continuous learning. By admitting that we cannot know everything, we open ourselves to new experiences, ideas, and perspectives that can help us grow and evolve. The importance of this mindset in today's world cannot be overstated. In a society where knowledge is often equated with success, power, and prestige, it can be difficult to admit that we don't know everything. This pressure to be omniscient leads many people to adopt a rigid, fixed mindset, where the goal is not to learn but to prove oneself. In contrast, Lao Tzu's philosophy teaches us that wisdom is not about proving ourselves right, but about remaining open to new ideas, questioning our assumptions, and understanding that we are always in the process of becoming wiser. A perfect example of this philosophy can be seen in the realm of business. Take the example of Warren Buffett, the renowned investor. Buffett has often spoken about the importance of acknowledging the limits of his knowledge. Despite being one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, Buffett has always been clear that he only invests in businesses he understands well. In fact, he refers to his strategy as staying within your circle of competence. Buffett's success comes not from trying to know everything, but from knowing the boundaries of his knowledge and focusing only on what he can truly understand. This humility to acknowledge his own limitations allows him to make sound, informed decisions and avoid unnecessary risks. It is this continuous learning and the willingness to admit that he does not know everything that has contributed to his success. This idea of humility in the face of knowledge extends beyond the realm of business. In the world of science, Albert Einstein is another figure who exemplified Lao Tzu's philosophy. While Einstein is undoubtedly one of the most brilliant minds in history, he never stopped learning and questioning. Einstein once said, "The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know." This acknowledgement of the vastness of what he did not know was not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It kept him humble, curious, and driven to explore new ideas, which is why he made some of the most revolutionary discoveries in physics. Like Lao Tzu's sage, Einstein understood that wisdom comes not from trying to know everything, but from recognizing the limitations of our knowledge and continuing to seek truth. In the context of personal development, the importance of acknowledging what we do not know becomes even clearer. Many people approach life with the belief that knowledge is something to be acquired and hoarded. Like a treasure chest that, once filled, guarantees happiness and success. However, this belief often leads to frustration and a lack of fulfillment because knowledge, like any other resource, is finite. The more we accumulate, the more we realize the gaps in our understanding. True wisdom, according to Lao Tzu, comes from embracing this uncertainty and learning to live with it. Consider the example of someone learning a new skill, say, a musician learning to play the piano. At the start, the musician may struggle to play a simple piece of music, feeling overwhelmed by the complexity of the task. However, through continued practice and the willingness to admit what they don't know, they gradually improve. They acknowledge their limitations but also commit to learning every day, understanding that mastery comes not from trying to know everything about music all at once, but from the humble, consistent effort of learning and growing over time. This approach is critical to personal growth in any field. Whether we are learning a new language, mastering a sport, or developing a professional skill, the acknowledgement of what we do not know sets the stage for progress. By accepting our limitations, we avoid the trap of becoming complacent or arrogant. Instead, we embrace the process of learning, recognizing that each new piece of knowledge or skill adds to our understanding, but there is always more to discover. Lao Tzu's philosophy also offers a deep lesson in emotional intelligence. In personal relationships, for instance, the acknowledgement that we do not know everything about another person allows us to be more empathetic and open-minded. We cannot assume to know exactly what others are feeling or thinking, but by admitting our ignorance in this area, we make space for deeper connection and understanding. This is essential in relationships, whether they are personal or professional, because it fosters trust, communication, and respect. People are more likely to feel heard and valued when we listen without assuming we have all the answers, creating a more harmonious environment for growth and collaboration. In contrast, the inability to admit that we do not know something can lead to arrogance, closed-mindedness, and missed opportunities for learning. In today's world, where information is easily accessible but often fragmented and overwhelming, The refusal to acknowledge the limits of our knowledge can lead to confusion, stress, and even poor decision-making. The rise of misinformation in the digital age only underscores the importance of humility in knowledge. People who fail to recognize what they do not know are more susceptible to being misled, because they approach information with a fixed mindset rather than an open, curious attitude. Lao Tzu's principle of knowing one's limitations not only helps us avoid pitfalls, but also encourages lifelong learning. This is crucial in an age where the pace of change is accelerating. Technologies that were groundbreaking just a few years ago are now outdated, and what we know today may no longer be true tomorrow. The ability to adapt to these changes requires an open mind, an acknowledgement of what we do not know, and the willingness to continue learning and evolving. In this sense, Lao Tzu's wisdom is not a static truth, but a dynamic approach to life that fosters growth, resilience, and continual development. Ultimately, the philosophy of Lao Tzu challenges us to redefine what it means to be wise. Wisdom is not about accumulating knowledge or becoming an expert in everything. It is about understanding the limits of our knowledge, embracing the unknown, and continuously learning. In a world that is constantly changing, this approach not only makes us more adaptable, but also more compassionate, as it encourages us to see the value in others' knowledge and experiences. Whether in business, science, personal growth, or relationships, recognizing that we do not know everything is the first step toward becoming truly wise. This humility opens the door to endless possibilities for learning, growth, and connection with the world around us. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Incorporated, is one of the most iconic figures in modern business and technology. He revolutionized the tech industry and, in doing so, changed the way the world interacts with technology. But what is often overlooked is how Jobs applied the philosophy of the wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything throughout his career. This mindset played a pivotal role in the success of Apple, and it offers valuable lessons about humility, collaboration, and continuous learning principles that are just as relevant today as they were when Jobs was building his empire. Jobs' journey with Apple was marked by his constant willingness to learn from others and his acknowledgement that he didn't have all the answers. One of the most profound examples of this came early in the company's history, when Jobs hired Johnny Ive, a designer who would go on to shape the aesthetic of Apple product for decades. At the time, Jobs was still very much in control of Apple's vision, but rather than micromanaging Ive's design process, Jobs took a step back and allowed Ive the creative freedom to shape the design of Apple's products. This decision was not just about giving Ive freedom, but about Jobs recognizing that he didn't know everything about design, especially in terms of the fine details. While Jobs was an excellent visionary and a product strategist, he was not a designer by trade. However, he trusted Ive's expertise, recognizing that his own limitations in design would be compensated by the skill and creativity that Ive brought to the table. This collaboration, founded on mutual respect and understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses, resulted in products that were not only functional but beautifully designed, setting Apple apart from its competitors. Jobs' ability to acknowledge that he did not know everything and his willingness to empower experts around him was a key factor in Apple's success. If he had insisted on micromanaging every aspect of Apple's products or refused to let other voices influence the design process, the company might not have reached the heights it did. In fact, many of Apple's most successful innovations, including the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, were the result of collaborative efforts between Jobs and his team. Jobs' leadership was not about being the smartest person in the room. It was about recognizing the expertise of others and being humble enough to let them contribute to the vision. This story of Jobs and Ive illustrates a key principle of Lao Tzu's philosophy: the importance of recognizing one's limitations. In a world that often prioritizes individual achievement and expertise, Jobs' approach reminds us that true wisdom comes from understanding that we cannot know everything. By acknowledging our limitations, we open ourselves up to learning from others, whether in business, in personal relationships, or in our own personal growth. When we surround ourselves with people who are experts in areas where we lack knowledge, we create an environment that fosters creativity, innovation, and mutual respect. In today's fast-paced world, this principle is more relevant than ever. The speed at which technology is evolving, combined with the sheer volume of information we encounter on a daily basis, can easily make us feel overwhelmed. Whether we're trying to keep up with the latest technological advancements, learning new skills for our careers, or navigating the complexities of modern life, the pressure to know everything can be intense. But just like Steve Jobs, we must remember that it is okay to not know everything. In fact, it's essential for our growth and development. The modern world offers countless opportunities for learning, whether through formal education or informal channels like online courses, books, podcasts, and social media. One of the most powerful tools for learning today is the internet, which allows us to access vast amounts of information at the click of a button. Online learning platforms such as Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning offer courses on everything from programming to public speaking, marketing to photography, and even creative writing. These platforms have democratized education, making it accessible to anyone with an internet connection. For example, many successful entrepreneurs, executives, and innovators in various fields understand the importance of continuous learning. Bill Gates, for instance, is known for his commitment to reading and learning. He reportedly reads about 50 books a year, and his reading habits have been a cornerstone of his intellectual development. Gates's openness to new ideas and his willingness to continually educate himself has been crucial to his success. Even after he stepped down from his role at Microsoft, his learning isn't limited to reading books either. Gates has spoken about how he frequently engages with experts and thought leaders in various fields, whether it be climate change, global health, or education. By constantly seeking knowledge from a wide range of sources, Gates stays informed and innovative, never assuming that he has all the answers. Another example of how learning is valued in modern society is the success of Elon Musk. Musk, known for his ventures such as Tesla, SpaceX, and SolarCity, has openly admitted that he is not an expert in many of the areas his companies work in. For instance, Musk has said that he taught himself rocket science through books and online resources in order to found SpaceX. Musk's approach is a perfect example of the modern-day application of Lao Tzu's philosophy. While he might not know everything about every subject, Musk is constantly seeking knowledge, learning from others, and adapting. His ability to recognize what he doesn't know and take the initiative to learn has been one of the driving forces behind his success. In addition to reading books or taking formal courses, learning from others in a collaborative environment has also become more critical in the modern world. The importance of teamwork and collaboration has never been greater, especially in industries like technology, medicine, and entertainment. Successful companies today recognize that their strength lies in the diverse knowledge and expertise of their employees, and they foster environments that encourage collaboration and open communication. For example, in the world of tech startups, many companies are built on the principle of collaborative learning. A great example of this is Google, which places a significant emphasis on creating a culture of continuous learning and innovation. At Google, employees are encouraged to share ideas and knowledge freely, and the company offers a variety of learning resources, from internal workshops to external conferences. Google's emphasis on knowledge sharing and collaboration has been a key driver of its innovation, allowing it to remain at the forefront of technological advancements. But collaboration and learning are not limited to big corporations or tech startups. In our personal lives, we too can learn from others, whether it's through friendships, mentorships, or networking. For example, many people turn to LinkedIn to connect with professionals in their field, gaining insights and advice that help them navigate their careers. Similarly, mentorship programs have become increasingly popular as a way for individuals to learn from more experienced professionals in their industry. These relationships provide an invaluable opportunity to gain knowledge from others and apply it to our own lives, helping us to grow both personally and professionally. In our everyday lives, embracing continuous learning allows us to stay adaptable and resilient, especially in the face of adversity or uncertainty. For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic forced millions of people around the world to pivot to remote work, forcing them to learn new skills quickly. Many people had to adapt to virtual communication tools, such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and learn how to manage their work from home. Those who were able to embrace this learning process and remain open to new ways of working were better equipped to thrive during this challenging time. This willingness to learn and adapt is a direct application of Lao Tzu's idea of recognizing our limitations and continuously seeking to improve. In conclusion, the philosophy of the wise man is the one who knows he does not know everything, is not just about personal humility, but also about fostering a mindset of continuous learning. By recognizing our limitations, we open ourselves up to new ideas, new perspectives, and new opportunities for growth. In the modern world, where knowledge is constantly evolving, embracing this mindset allows us to stay flexible, innovative, and connected to the world around us. Just as Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and countless others have demonstrated. The key to success is not knowing everything, but knowing how to learn and grow continuously. In a world that is always changing, this approach is essential for personal and professional development. In today's fast-paced, information-rich world, one of the most valuable skills we can cultivate is the awareness of our limitations. The concept of recognizing the boundaries of our own knowledge and abilities is crucial in personal growth and professional success. The idea that we cannot know everything, and that it's okay not to have all the answers, is essential in a world that constantly pushes us toward more information, more tasks, more goals, and more expectations. Embracing this realization is not about admitting weakness or lack of capability. Rather, it is about fostering humility, opening the door for learning, and embracing growth. In our society, the expectation to know everything, to be an expert in multiple areas, or to provide solutions for every problem is pervasive. From a young age, we are taught to excel in academics, master new skills, and accumulate knowledge as a means of achieving success. However, this mindset can lead to burnout, stress, and even failure, as it is humanly impossible to know or master everything. Recognizing our limitations is not a sign of weakness, but rather a mark of wisdom that allows us to live more harmoniously and effectively. The importance of self-awareness and recognizing our limitations is especially evident in the world of business and leadership. Take Elon Musk, for instance. Musk is known for his revolutionary companies, Tesla and SpaceX, but he didn't start with an innate knowledge of the automotive or aerospace industries. In fact, when he founded SpaceX, Musk had no formal training in rocket science. Instead, he immersed himself in the field, read books, and surrounded himself with experts. He was transparent about his limitations in these areas, and this humility allowed him to learn quickly, ask the right questions, and ultimately lead groundbreaking projects. Musk's ability to acknowledge what he did not know allowed him to build a network of experts and to create a culture of continuous learning within his companies. In a way, his acknowledgement of his own limitations allowed him to assemble a team of people who brought their own knowledge and expertise to the table, leading to some of the most ambitious projects in modern history. SpaceX, for example, was able to revolutionize space travel by landing rockets back on Earth and reducing the costs associated with space exploration, something that many considered impossible. By recognizing his limitations, Musk was able to stay focused on innovation, collaboration, and learning rather than trying to become an expert in every field. Similarly, Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, is a perfect example of how recognizing limitations and embracing continuous learning can lead to extraordinary success. Gates is often lauded not just for his brilliance, but for his ability to learn from others and adapt to new circumstances. Despite his immense success, Gates has always been humble about what he does and does not know. In interviews, he has spoken about how he spends a significant amount of time reading books, sometimes up to 50 books a year, and engaging with experts across various fields. Gates' commitment to learning new things, even after achieving monumental success, has played a central role in his continued influence in the tech world and his philanthropic efforts through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The lesson here is clear. Great leaders are not those who know everything, but those who are humble enough to recognize their limitations and to surround themselves with people who have the knowledge they lack. This is true not only for business leaders, but for individuals in any field, whether in technology, healthcare, education, or the arts. Recognizing that we can't know everything allows us to learn from others and to keep growing. This understanding of limitations applies to professional and personal life in many ways. In the workplace, for example, leaders who acknowledge their limits tend to be more effective because they encourage collaboration, foster trust, and create an environment where others feel valued. When a leader is open about what they don't know, it can actually inspire more confidence in their team. Employees are more likely to contribute their ideas and expertise when they feel that their opinions are respected and that they are not expected to have all the answers. Take, for example, Satya Nadella, the current CEO of Microsoft. Nadella is widely regarded as a transformational leader, particularly for his role in shifting Microsoft's culture toward a more collaborative and innovative mindset. One of the key reasons for Nadella's success is his humility. Nadella has spoken about his own self-awareness and the need to constantly learn. He's not afraid to ask questions, admit when he doesn't have all the answers, and rely on the expertise of his colleagues. This has allowed him to create a culture at Microsoft where everyone from software engineers to product managers feels empowered to contribute and collaborate, fostering an environment where innovation can thrive. Furthermore, recognizing our limitations extends beyond the professional sphere and into personal growth. In relationships, whether with friends, family, or romantic partners, the awareness of our limitations can improve our communication and deepen our connections. For example, in a partnership, admitting that we don't know everything can allow for more open and honest conversations. When we are open about our shortcomings, we invite others to share their perspectives and experiences, which leads to stronger, more empathetic relationships. By acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, we demonstrate vulnerability, which fosters trust and emotional intimacy. In terms of personal development, embracing our limitations is crucial to growth. We live in a society where self-improvement is constantly promoted through books, podcasts, courses, and seminars. While this focus on self-improvement is valuable, it is also essential to acknowledge that we cannot master everything at once. Recognizing our limitations allows us to prioritize our growth areas, seek guidance from mentors, and not feel defeated when we face challenges or obstacles. This understanding fosters resilience and perseverance as we approach our personal development with patience and a willingness to learn. The importance of recognizing our limitations also plays a significant role in mental health. The constant pressure to succeed, to have all the answers, and to be perfect can be overwhelming. However, when we accept that we don't know everything, we relieve ourselves of the unrealistic expectations we often place on ourselves. This acceptance can reduce anxiety and stress, as it encourages us to focus on the process of learning and growing rather than on achieving perfection. Moreover, acknowledging our limitations helps us maintain a balanced perspective on success and failure, recognizing that both are part of the journey. Another example of the power of embracing limitations is Oprah Winfrey, who has become an icon not just for her success, but for her vulnerability and openness in acknowledging what she does not know. Throughout her career, Oprah has been transparent about her own struggles and limitations, and this humility has endeared her to millions of people worldwide. She often talks about how she surrounds herself with a team of experts, whether in wellness, education, or entertainment, because she recognizes that she cannot be an expert in every field. By surrounding herself with people who have different skills and knowledge, Oprah has created a platform for continuous learning and growth, both for herself and for her audience. When we look at the modern workplace, the idea that we must know everything to succeed can be incredibly detrimental to both individual and organizational growth. Companies that thrive are those that encourage continuous learning, foster a culture of collaboration, and embrace the idea that no one has all the answers. Employees who feel comfortable admitting they don't know something are more likely to seek help, ask questions, and contribute to solutions in innovative ways. In contrast, an environment where everyone feels they must know everything can stifle creativity and collaboration, leading to missed opportunities and burnout. Recognizing our limitations is a key to adaptability, which is essential in today's rapidly changing world. New technologies, shifting social dynamics, and evolving work environments demand that we constantly adapt. The ability to recognize what we don't know and take action to learn, whether by seeking new information, collaborating with others, or taking on new challenges, helps us remain relevant and effective in our personal and professional lives. By embracing our limitations, we unlock the potential for growth, creativity, and resilience. In conclusion, the recognition of our limitations is crucial for personal development and professional success. It encourages continuous learning, fosters collaboration, and builds stronger relationships. The greatest leaders, innovators, and thinkers are those who acknowledge that they do not have all the answers and who remain open to learning from others. Recognizing our limits allows us to grow, adapt, and thrive in an ever-changing world. Rather than seeing limitations as obstacles, we can view them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, ultimately leading to a richer, more fulfilled life. In today's world, where success is often seen as the result of expertise, specialization, and the ability to know everything, it can be incredibly refreshing to encounter individuals who have embraced the idea that recognizing the limits of one's knowledge is a vital stepping stone toward growth and success. This idea is not just philosophical, it's a practical approach that can be applied in every field, from technology and business to personal development and education. The key to thriving in an ever-changing world is recognizing that no one has all the answers, and it is through acknowledging our limitations that we truly grow. Take, for example, Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, a company that has transformed e-commerce and business in China. Jack Ma's story is a testament to the power of understanding one's limits and using that understanding as a driving force for continuous learning and growth. Ma didn't have a conventional background for becoming one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. He failed his college entrance exam twice and faced rejection after applying for countless jobs. However, rather than letting his perceived limitations define him, he used them as motivation to keep learning. In interviews, he has frequently admitted that he did not know everything, and he wasn't afraid to acknowledge that he lacked technical skills. Yet instead of allowing this lack of expertise to limit him, Ma sought out individuals who complemented his skills. He hired those who had technical expertise, building a team that could take Alibaba to great heights. This willingness to recognize his own limitations was a cornerstone of Ma's success. By acknowledging what he didn't know, he created a collaborative environment that encouraged growth, innovation, and problem-solving. He never viewed his lack of knowledge as a flaw, but as an opportunity to work with others, to learn from them, and to allow his company to thrive through the expertise of those around him. His recognition that he didn't know everything allowed him to focus on the big picture, leading Alibaba with a vision and building a company culture based on constant learning and adaptation. Jack Ma's story is a perfect example of how recognizing our limitations allows us to avoid the trap of self-satisfaction, a state where we believe we have mastered everything and no longer need to learn. Instead, recognizing that there's always more to know opens the door to growth, learning, and innovation. This mindset drives not only personal development, but also organizational success. In the context of a rapidly evolving world where technology and markets are constantly shifting, the ability to recognize what we don't know becomes a key asset. It allows individuals and companies to remain agile, open to new ideas, and prepared to adjust their strategies in response to emerging trends and challenges. The notion of recognizing our limitations is not confined to the business world or technology. It also plays a critical role in personal relationships and education. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, is another remarkable individual who has demonstrated the power of embracing one's limitations and learning from others. Oprah, throughout her career, has openly discussed her struggles, insecurities, and the things she doesn't know. Yet she has built an empire by consistently seeking out knowledge, advice, and expertise from others, whether from the guests she interviews on her show or from the books she reads. Oprah's ability to admit she didn't have all the answers, not just as a talk show host, but as a businesswoman, philanthropist, and public figure, has allowed her to adapt and innovate in ways that few others have. One of the most inspiring things about Oprah's approach is her ability to create platforms for learning, not just for herself, but for millions of others. She often shares the lessons she's learned from her guests and mentors, and she provides people with the tools to learn and grow. Oprah's success did not come from thinking she knew everything. It came from her ability to listen, learn, and surround herself with people who could help her grow. This willingness to accept her limitations and be open to others has made Oprah one of the most influential and respected figures in the world. Oprah's story reminds us that humility is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool for personal growth. It is when we acknowledge our own limits that we create the space for others to teach us, for new ideas to emerge, and for our own personal development to thrive. Rather than feeling threatened by what we don't know, Oprah's example shows us that the key to success is learning from others, listening, and growing in a collaborative, humble way. In an educational context, the principle of recognizing one's limitations can be equally powerful. Students and professionals who recognize that they don't know everything are often the ones who excel. Take, for instance, a medical student who understands that they can't diagnose every condition, that they don't have all the answers, but they are eager to ask questions and learn from their professors and peers. In medical school, the ability to ask questions and learn from the expertise of others is critical to success. Recognizing that they don't know everything allows the student to approach their studies with a growth mindset, rather than feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information they need to absorb. In fact, the best doctors are often those who continue learning throughout their careers. Medicine is an ever-evolving field, and the ability to recognize that there is always more to learn, whether through continued education, attending conferences, or collaborating with colleagues, is what keeps a doctor at the top of their field. Dr. Paul Farmer, the renowned physician and anthropologist, is a prime example of someone who understood that to make a real impact, especially in global health, he needed to continually learn, listen, and adapt. Farmer was not just an expert in medicine. He was a lifelong learner who sought out new ways to approach global health issues, recognizing that every new piece of knowledge could contribute to better solutions for people in need. This idea extends to the world of corporate employees as well. In the workplace, recognizing the limitations of one's knowledge is essential for growth and teamwork. Sarah, a young marketing professional, might not know the ins and outs of coding, but she understands the value of collaborating with the software developers on her team. She might not know everything about coding or app development, but she can use her marketing skills to bridge the gap and communicate effectively with those who do. Sarah's ability to recognize her own limitations and to learn from her colleagues makes her more valuable to the team, fosters a collaborative work environment, and leads to better outcomes for the company as a whole. For employees and individuals in any field, embracing the fact that we don't know everything can be freeing. It helps us avoid the stress and pressure that comes from trying to be perfect or an expert in every area. It also allows us to focus on our strengths while recognizing the importance of learning from others. In this way, mutual respect and collaboration become the cornerstone of success, rather than isolation or self-reliance. Finally, embracing our limitations is crucial for personal well-being. In an age of constant comparison, especially in the digital age, where everyone seems to be showcasing their achievements on social media, it can be easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need to have all the answers or be great at everything. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy or imposter syndrome. However, when we accept that we don't know everything, it becomes easier to focus on self-compassion and growth rather than on perfection or the opinions of others. Embracing our limitations allows us to live with greater peace of mind, knowing that we are always learning and growing. In conclusion, the realization that we don't know everything is not a limitation, but an opportunity. It frees us from the need to be perfect, encourages us to keep learning, and opens the door to collaboration and growth, whether in business, education, personal relationships, or health. Acknowledging our limits allows us to adapt and thrive in a constantly changing world. Embracing the unknown and seeking wisdom from those around us is the key to personal and professional success. Just as it has been for figures like Jack Ma, Oprah Winfrey, and many others who have made an impact by learning from their limitations and growing through them. Lao Tzu's philosophy on the limits of one's knowledge is a cornerstone for personal development, not just in ancient times, but in the present day as well. His profound belief that true wisdom comes from recognizing what we do not know has stood the test of time. In a world that is moving faster than ever, where technological advances and information overload seem to dictate our daily lives, Lao Tzu's words ring truer than ever. The fundamental insight here is that humility, the acknowledgement of our limitations, is the key to continuous learning and growth. This idea encourages us to remain curious, to embrace challenges, and to keep improving ourselves. The rapid changes in technology, global politics, and society demand that we adapt quickly, and one of the best ways to do that is to constantly learn. Learning is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. Embracing this mindset allows us to continue progressing in a world that is constantly evolving, ensuring that we do not stagnate in our knowledge or our personal development. Throughout the modern world, we see countless examples of people who have achieved success not by knowing everything, but by knowing how to keep learning. One of the most well-known examples is Elon Musk. Despite being the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Musk is known for constantly reading, learning, and seeking knowledge from experts in fields that are outside his original area of expertise. For instance, when Musk decided to enter the aerospace industry with SpaceX, he didn't have a background in rocket science. Instead of letting this limitation stop him, he immersed himself in the subject, reading books and meeting with experts to gain the knowledge he needed to succeed. His willingness to acknowledge what he did not know and his relentless drive to learn led to SpaceX becoming the first privately funded company to send humans into orbit, revolutionizing the space industry. Another notable example is Bill Gates, whose journey reflects a deep commitment to continuous learning. Despite being one of the richest individuals in the world, Gates continues to read books, attend conferences, and collaborate with experts in various fields. Gates has said that he reads about 50 books a year, and he credits his success in part to his commitment to lifelong learning. His openness to new ideas, his acknowledgement that there is always more to know, and his willingness to invest time in learning from others have been fundamental to his personal and professional growth. The idea of continuously learning from others also applies to Oprah Winfrey, who has become a symbol of success not just for her own achievements, but for her ability to learn from those around her. Oprah has built a massive media empire, but she consistently credits her success to the lessons she has learned from others, from her guests on her talk show to the many mentors who have guided her throughout her life. Oprah's success comes not from thinking she has all the answers, but from her ability to acknowledge her limitations, listen carefully, and continually seek wisdom. One of the most important lessons that can be drawn from these examples is that success is not about knowing everything, but about being open to learning continuously. Whether we are leaders, employees, students, or individuals looking to improve ourselves, the ability to recognize our limits and actively seek new knowledge is what drives progress. By staying open to new ideas, learning from our failures, and connecting with others who have different perspectives and experiences, we can continue to grow and adapt to the challenges that come our way. In the workplace, this mindset can be applied in several ways. For example, employees who are constantly learning are more likely to be innovative and adaptable. They do not rely solely on their existing knowledge, but are always looking for ways to improve, learn new skills, and adapt to the changing demands of their roles. In many industries today, especially in technology and healthcare, the need for continuous learning is critical to staying competitive. A person who acknowledges that they do not know everything is more likely to ask questions, collaborate with others, and actively pursue opportunities for growth, all of which are essential in a rapidly changing work environment. On the flip side, leaders who are willing to acknowledge their limitations create a culture of learning within their organizations. Rather than trying to project an image of omniscience, they inspire their teams by being vulnerable and humble, encouraging employees to take risks, ask questions, and seek innovative solutions. A great leader is not someone who knows everything, but someone who knows how to build teams, empower others, and create an environment where continuous learning and growth are encouraged. As individuals, we must also embrace the idea that failure is a part of the learning process. In the modern world, we often fear failure because it's seen as a sign of weakness or incompetence. However, failure is one of the best teachers we have. When we fail, we have an opportunity to learn, to understand what went wrong, and to improve. In fact, many of the most successful people in the world have faced numerous failures before achieving success. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job for lacking imagination. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, and Steve Jobs was ousted from Apple, the company he founded. These failures did not define them, they were stepping stones to their ultimate success. The lesson here is that failure is not the end, but a natural part of the learning journey. In addition to failure, humility plays a significant role in the process of learning. In a world that often prizes confidence and certainty, humility allows us to remain open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. It is through humility that we recognize that there is always something new to learn and that we do not have all the answers. This mindset fosters continuous growth, creativity, and innovation, enabling us to adapt and thrive in any environment. For those looking to actively apply Lao Tzu's philosophy of learning and growing, the first step is acknowledge that we don't know everything. The next step is to actively seek out new knowledge, whether it's through reading books, attending workshops, taking online courses, or talking to experts in our field. For example, Udemy, Coursera, and edX are platforms that offer thousands of online courses on a wide range of subjects, allowing individuals to acquire new skills and knowledge at their own pace. Another great way to learn is by attending seminars and networking events, where you can connect with others and share ideas. Networking is a powerful tool for learning, as it allows you to hear from individuals with different experiences and perspectives. Beyond seeking knowledge from external sources, we must also look inward and reflect on our own experiences and mistakes. Self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. By looking back on our actions and considering what we've learned from both our successes and failures, we can gain valuable insights into how to move forward more effectively. Finally, it is crucial to accept that learning is a lifelong process. There is no finish line when it comes to personal growth. The more we learn, the more we realize how much there is left to learn. This process of continuous learning and self-improvement is what allows us to adapt to new situations, overcome challenges, and achieve long-term success. Just as the most successful leaders, Entrepreneurs and innovators continue to seek new knowledge and push the boundaries of their fields. We must all remain committed to never stop learning. In conclusion, the philosophy of continuous learning is one of the most valuable principles we can adopt in today's rapidly changing world. Lao Tzu's wisdom, which emphasizes the importance of recognizing our limitations and humbly acknowledging that we do not know everything, provides a powerful foundation for growth, success, and fulfillment. By committing to lifelong learning, embracing failure as a lesson, and remaining humble in our quest for knowledge, we can unlock our full potential and navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and resilience. So, take a step today toward embracing this mindset, whether it's by reading a new book, taking a course, or simply reaching out to someone with a different perspective, and begin your journey of continuous growth and self-improvement. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From Lao Tzu's timeless wisdom on humility to the incredible success stories of people like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates. It's clear that recognizing the limits of our knowledge is not just a philosophical concept, it's a practical key to personal and professional success. Think about it. In a world where information is constantly changing and evolving, the ability to admit that you don't know everything opens up so many doors for growth. It allows you to stay humble, to seek knowledge from others, and to continuously learn and adapt. And that, in turn, leads to greater creativity, stronger collaborations, and ultimately, success. Continuous learning is the bridge between where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. When you acknowledge your limitations, you free yourself from the burden of trying to be perfect or all-knowing. Instead, you embrace a mindset that values growth, learning from your mistakes, and staying open to new possibilities. That's the mindset that drives innovation, helps you build stronger relationships, and ultimately enables you to make a lasting impact in your field. We've seen this with some of the most successful figures in history. These individuals did not let their lack of knowledge hold them back. They used it as fuel to learn from others, innovate, and continuously improve. Their willingness to seek knowledge and recognize their limitations led them to groundbreaking achievements in technology, business, and beyond. And here's the thing, you can do it too. The path to success starts with understanding that you don't have to know everything. So what are the next steps for you? If you haven't already, make a commitment to start learning in areas that you feel less confident in. It could be picking up a new skill, reading a book, attending a workshop, or simply asking questions from those who have more experience in a particular field. Learning never stops, and the more you embrace that idea, the more opportunities will open up for you. Remember, success isn't about knowing everything. It's about being open to new knowledge, staying curious, and not letting your limitations define you. And as you continue to learn, you'll find that your capacity to adapt and thrive will only grow stronger. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you found this content valuable, please consider supporting the channel with a super thanks. It really helps us out and allows us to create more amazing videos just like this one. We love hearing from you. So don't forget to drop a comment and let us know what you think about this concept of continuous learning and humility. How you plan to apply it in your own life. Keep learning, keep growing. And remember, the more you learn, the more you realize how much there is still to discover. So, let's embrace that journey together. See you in the next video.